Yes, guys, welcome back to my personal channel. Welcome back to another live video for you guys, and welcome to a new bit of content that I want to try and experiment with you guys. Yes, you guys know my channel is mainly known for Chelsea content, but I've been looking to branch out a bit more and talk a bit more about football in general. So we're going to start the first episode of the Top 6 preview show. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit a like down below and also let us know down in the comment section. But we are going to get a Liverpool and City fan in. You do have to bear with us, but we have a great panel of guests on for this first episode. We're going to start off with Manchester United. Saeed, how's your week been, bro?
Oh man, you know what I mean. I thought I seen it all with Arsenal, mate. You know what I mean, and then it come and bite us in the arse, mate. You know what I mean. It's not good, man. It's pretty
Europa League's fun, I guess. I mean, it's a nice
man. It's not fun, mate. I'd rather be in another. You know what I mean. What's that Intertoto Cup? Intertoto, was it Cup?
Yeah. No. Do you know what? Right, Europa League's bad group stages, not the actual knockouts. Like they're not that deep. Like it's kind of like a B-Tech version of the Champions League, but it's not that bad. Like, you'll verse some good teams. So we might verse United as well. So it is what it is.
I'm not too sure about that, mate. You know what I mean? You know what it is, yeah. For me, it's just the fact that the manner of which we lost it, man. You know what I mean? We had to only draw. I think is it 2 games. We had to draw them both, PSG and RB Leipzig, and we lost both of them, mate. That just shows you the kind of dire situation we're in. And I feel like for me, it's all on it, man. It really is, man. People can blame the board, people can blame the owners and say, you know what I mean, it's not how it is, but I just feel like Ollie got it wrong again, man. He played 7 at the back. He brought off Telles, brought on Shaw, then Shaw got injured, then he brought on Brandon Williams. Then he brings on Tuan Zabi and False Cemento. He's trying to win the game. Listen, it's comedy, man. It literally is kamikaze comedy. You know what I mean? It's like, how banter can you get, man? How much banter can you get?
No, but to be fair, you say Ollie's fault, right? I hear that for the Leipzig game because it was awful. But the PSG game, your boy Martial, bro. Like, come on, chat to me about that, bro.
Listen, man, chat to you about Aubameyang, man. You get me? Like,
no, don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't give me
less, man. You
that.
get me? Let's about Martial, mate. Chat to you about Aubameyang, man. You know them ones there, bro.
When Martial's missing that, bro, you can't blame the manager.
What is Aubameyang doing this season, though? What is Aubameyang doing?
Well, even Ollie would score that. Like, don't even give me that. That is not.
Listen, you haven't got a leg to stand on, Babs. Babs, yo, listen. I know you're the biggest troll on Twitter, yeah, but you haven't got a leg to stand on. Aubameyang, yeah,
for both of you this season.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro.
Listen,
I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy to just sit here and listen to you moan about who's worse.
Yeah, he's lying down. Look at him. He's lying down on a little sofa bed. You know what's going on there?
I feel like on the left we're all good here. On the right it's just all carnage.
Yeah.
Moving straight on, Babs. What about you? How has your week been?
Yeah. You know what it is, man. Just chilling, reflecting on life. My decisions of supporting Arsenal is what it is. Now, overall, listen, it was depressing to lose to Spurs, but to be fair, like Spurs beat us 2-0, and it was fair enough to them. Like they deserved to win, but they weren't that special in that game. So it was more me being pissed off at Arsenal. Like, what the fuck were we doing? The tactics were kind of, I say they were all over the place, but I kind of feel like he wants to play some tactics, Mikel, that the players right now just can't process them sometimes. Like when you ask the ball to cross the ball in and you can't find your man, and when you put the ball in the middle and Aubameyang misses it, I can't blame him for that. But overall, again, listen, man, I think that's 2 goals in 5 league games, not good enough. And especially when you got an attackers that is the most expensive in the league, you know, and Pepe, Laka, Oba. But yeah. Is what it is. We keep moving, and yeah, the relegation battle is on. Burnley this weekend, 6-pointer. We move.
Just on the topic of Spurs weren't that special, which I don't disagree. Yeah. I don't think we were that special, but at the same time, I don't think we needed to be special. It wasn't like it wasn't like one of those games where it was like where the players were sort of thinking, right, we need to be on our A game today. It was more a case of just going out there, doing what we needed to do, scored the goals, and we knew you weren't going to hurt us by putting 500 crosses into the box. So I think it was just a case of, we weren't that special. It wasn't our best performance by a country mile.
What annoys me. That's what hurts me the most is that you weren't that great, and Arsenal tried their hardest, but we're just a shit team. And when you're a shit team, you can't change that. You know, you can work as hard as you want, run across the pitch, you know, cover more ground, but when you're just a dead team with 0 quality, there's nothing else you can do. And that's what kind of hurts me. And I was like, we really are a really bad team, and it's just like,
I thought you lost the game into their hands. That was the thing. I thought
no, we did to an extent. Yeah, we did to an extent, but still, like the quality is not there right now. You can see it. Some of these players are just too stiff on the ball. Like we have no central threat right now. We get the ball and it just pass sideways and keep playing like a shoehorn, basically. And it's so boring to watch. But then I kind of do feel for the manager because I look at United, I look at Chelsea, I look at Spurs. You've got good operators in the middle. You've got Kane for Spurs, you've got Bruno Fernandes for United, and you've got Pogba just on the bench. No, but listen. With all due respect,
what's going on?
Bro, listen, the party's been cancelled. The lockdown came in the wrong time, and it had to be put on hold for now.
Listen,
but what I'm saying, central operators is, in the final third, all of your teams have players, and with Chelsea, you've got 3 or 4 of them: Ziyech, Havertz, and co. United have got Van der Beek just chilling on the fucking bench, whereas with Arsenal, we got Willock, fucking Willock. Like, it just tells the story, man. Our team is just dead.
So what is it? Is it the team players more, or is it Mikel Arteta more? If you had to put it on one or the other.
It's a mixture of both. Listen, sometimes you got to blame Mikel because 44 crosses, kind of tactics is that? But also playing into Mourinho's hands, like we knew Mourinho was going to sit back. But saying that, bro, that's Spurs' first goal. Like, what the fuck are you meant to do in terms of just putting a top bins? I do blame Bellerin though. Bellerin, bro, like what he's doing, I don't know, and holding back off as well.
Bellerin, bro.
But I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to take him at Chelsea, you can take him if you want. I know you need a right back. No, you don't. You got Reece James.
Wow. Good,
There was a period of time they would have taken Bellerin. But as I said,
off the Moses era, say nothing. I probably would take Bellerin. But right now, as per Reece James, we are good. Sam, I haven't introduced you yet. Sam, how's your weekend been, bro? Sam, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on a sec. Can you hear me?
Yeah, just a bit of lag on.
Sorry,
how's your week been, bro?
It's tough. It's tough. If the Wi-Fi gets worse in here, I will move rooms. My weekend probably one of the best I've had in a while. It's one of the best weekends I've had in a while. I think. What did I get? Oh yeah, we won the derby quite comfortably. We went top of the league. I'm missing something.
Wednesday.
Arsenal went down to 15th.
No, we stayed 15th.
So
we didn't go down. We stayed 15th
for about 10 minutes.
Oh, you stayed. You know what? Fair enough. But no. On the jokes aside, yeah, weekend was good. Week's been good. Looking forward to another weekend of football, which I haven't been able to say very often before this season. Judged by last season, so I'm buzzing really. Obviously, I can't not be.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tasty fixtures on this weekend. We'll go straight on to the first game out of the 4 that we're going to discuss. The Manchester derby. Manchester United versus Man City.
Oh, so sharp. I believe in you, Ole. You can do it.
I mean, to be honest, with Ole's record in big games, there is actually a reason to be low-key optimistic going into this game, but also after the week that you guys have had, that game against RB Leipzig and dropping down into Europa League, how are you feeling going into this game? Because I don't blame you for not being optimistic in any way, shape, or form. I think Man City and United have been similar. They both started the season a bit poorly. They've climbed back into form in recent games. Because regardless of one with Leipzig, I think your Premier League form's pretty decent. You've won 4 out of your last 5, if I remember correctly. And if anything, your record's better than Man City's. They've won 2, they've lost 1, and they've drawn 1 in their last 5 games. So, you see big game Ole turning up again? Or do you think it's going to be the same sort of issues that you had on Wednesday?
Nah, man, I think he's a dead man walking, mate. I really am. I think he's lost the dressing room. You get me? There's lots of going on in the dressing room, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't really see this, man, because you see Van der Beek, you know what I mean? He's not playing him. He's not starting him when he needs to. The situation with Pogba in a minute, you know what I mean? Do you play him for a big game like this? Do you not? You know what I mean? I don't know, mate, because for me, a lot of people are saying it's an easy game and they'll win, but you got to remember, last season, we won 2-0. They had Otamendi and Fernandinho playing in the back. Now they've got 3, for me, good quality centre-backs. You know what I mean? Laporte is, you know what I mean? Stones is taking out Laporte out of the team. That's how good Stones has been this season. And then you've got Diaz, who I wanted in the summer. You know what I mean? Him and Koulibaly, one of them 2 I wanted in the summer. So it's difficult, man. I just don't see this happening again, man. You know what I mean? I just don't see it, man. City have got the bit between the sticks now. What's it called? Malak De Bruyne is turning it in now. You know what I mean? They look like Ferran Torres is playing well. I think Ole, for me, has to produce a massive truck. The game goes 2 ways. We either win this game 2-0, and it's 5 backs against the wall, 5 at the back, and we somehow succumb to pressure, we hit them on a break, or City will absolutely destroy us, mate. And I'm talking 3 or 4-0, mate. That's how bad it is, man. There's no in between for us. There really isn't, man. We cannot contain and do our stuff at the same time. We can't do it. We really can't. It's either one thing or the other. And I feel like Ollie, you don't know his best 11. I don't know what team we're playing against on Man City. That's how bad it is this season. I don't know who's playing. Is it Matic, McTominay? Who's up front? You don't know what you're taking. So I'm not confident, man. And I feel like for me, I think if we lose heavily, I think he's gone, mate. I think Ollie's gone if he loses this badly.
You think it's one of them sort of results where
I think everything.
Sam, you were going to say something?
I just think everything you've just listed about things being against you is the most obvious reason why you're going to pull out a result this weekend.
But that's the thing, though. I don't see it, though, because I feel like City are a different kettle this season. They're not the same as what they were. I mean, the last time we played them, it's not that, man. I'm telling you, man, the centre-backs are key for Man City, and they didn't have them. We literally run them. We had Daniel James tearing apart Otamendi in that game. I was there. He tore him apart, and I thought, this will not happen in this game. I'm telling you now, man. City will be hard to break down, and we will obviously pull out the masterstroke like he says. You know what I mean?
I feel like we struggle in the transitions the most.
Sorry?
I feel like from watching United, the thing that you lot struggle the most at for me is those transitions. It was the same thing that we struggled with at the start of the season.
Have you seen Arsenal play this year? If anyone fucking struggles, it's us.
You lot got plenty of problems. I can't lie.
If you look at Arsenal play, that's like United play liquid football, bro, because we play some...
You might have not a typical moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you gave them their last win, didn't you?
There you go, then.
There you go.
Premier League form is good. Don't get me wrong, Premier League form is good. But when you compare it here, it's almost I feel like it's not a true reflection of what Man United really are. That Southampton game, I don't know what happened here, but Cavani took us out of that one. Game against West Ham, if Haller managed to find his feet, I think it could have been 3-0 at half-time. We got away with it. We came back, we showed our quality. Any team that brings on Bruno Fernandes and Rashford from the bench, you know what I mean? You know you're going to get somewhere. And I feel like them kind of games, I don't know if they were a true reflection of how we played at that time. And then we went to PSG. We lost that game. We lost to obviously RB Leipzig in the manner we did. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's the same situation as, you know what, we'll bounce back again. I don't see it this time, man. I'm hoping I'm wrong because Derby day, man, you can't lose a Derby game, man. I live with a family household that's mostly City fans, so to lose that game, mate, bloody hell, mate. I'll be.
That watch along is going to be a madness.
No, but this is what's mad, right? This is what's mad. I see Saeed's argument about Man United, right? And I'm not saying listen. I want you to keep Ole, but it is what it is. But you say if you got a game in hand against, let's just say, on Chelsea and so.
That could be in March, by the way.
Yeah, but you win a game in hand, right? You're on 22 points as well. So right now, you see how Chelsea, for example, Chelsea fans are very happy with Lampard. If they're happy with that, then if you won 22 points, why are you kind of...
No, you know what? I think it's a false sense of security, though. This league has been crazy. I feel like this league, you'll never ever see it like this again. I think like it's just been bonkers, you know what I mean? Without the fans and everything going on, it's been bonkers. I don't think it's a true reflection of where people are. I think come January time, I think you'll see the team spread about a bit, and that's when you'll see where teams will be. But for now, we're fourth. But then what does that say about the league then? How poor is the league? You know what I mean?
Everyone's inconsistent.
Ain't you got a tough run in also for Christmas as well?
Sorry?
Then you got a tough run in for the rest of Christmas as well, because you have Sheffield United next, and like that should still be a win regardless of your form.
Well,
after that, it's Leeds United, Leicester City, and Wolves as your next 3 Premier League
and then
games.
Villa as well. Villa as well included. Yeah, it's a tough run. Villa as well included. That's why I say just bring a new manager in, man. Bring Pochettino, Nagelsmann, whoever you want to bring. No, hold on. I feel like you're bringing it right now. That's the point I'm trying to prove. You're bringing a manager right now and let him settle the ship here, and he could possibly have a good season. I'm trying to be wild here. This team is capable of winning the league. I really am. This squad is probably the best in the league. I'm telling you now. Look at the options on the bench.
Wait, the best in the league.
What I'm telling you, man. I'm
best in the league. I'm not even. It's not even the best in the league.
Bro. Hang on a minute. Best in the league.
State your point.
Hold on. You got on the bench here, Van der Beek, Paul Pogba, Cavani, Juan Mata on the bench. You know what I mean? These are quality players. And then you've got on the pitch as well, you've got Bruno, you've got Rashford, Greenwood, Martial. They be a strike force is better than that in the league. You tell me. Strike force better than
Giroud,
that.
I mean,
Timo
Chelsea.
Werner,
No, but
Tammy
Chelsea,
Abraham.
though,
Harry
the problem with
Kane,
Chelsea, though, is- Harry Kane and Son. It's only Harry Kane and Son, though.
I listen to
Harry
Saeed,
Kane
right?
and
I hear
Son.
what you're saying, right? I think when I look at United, you got quality players, but there's no chemistry. There's no sense of, a
But
team.
where does that come from, though? Where does that come
When I
from?
look
though?
at,
The manager,
when I
isn't
look at, I hear that. And I look at Tottenham, right? Son and Kane are a team. If you get me, they're together. And with Chelsea, they're growing with what they have as well. I look at United, a lot of great individuals, and that's why in games like West Ham, where you're 1-0 down, you can pull it back like that. Because individuals, I saw with Arsenal, where we had Ozil and Sanchez and so and so. But right now, you're right. The manager is an issue. But if you think he's going to get sacked, I don't see it happening. If you were in Arsenal's position right now and you were 15th, then obviously you'd be sacked. But because you're there and thereabouts, and I know your board's not going to be proactive with it.
That's the problem, isn't it? Like, I mean, where's the ambition of the football club? What? That's why I always say to the people who believe in Ollie is he going to win you a trophy? And most of them say no. So I'll say, what do you want then this season? Are you just saying for the good vibes then? You know what I mean? Where's the stopgap? Where do you want to go this season then? If you don't want to win the league, you don't want to go anywhere, then why are you keeping Ollie? Get rid of
a couple of away days and beats a good couple of teams, and that's
it, man. That's a problem, man. And he's a legend football club. You know what I mean? He's a legend.
Vance just gave a really good point, though. Will he really get sacked? Because is he really performing below the board's expectations? No, they just want him to get top 4, and he's close enough to that.
The problem is, though, Lewis, he's lost 100 million this week for not being in the next stage of the Champions League.
But if you win the Europa League, are they going to care too much?
We're not winning the Europa League, but listen.
It's not to say you will, but there's an opportunity. They're going to look at you guys as one of the favourites. And like you just said, one of the best teams in the league, right? Europa League.
But then your home form suffers, then your league form. I reckon 7-8 out of 10, yeah. That always when you're in the Europa League, your Premier League form suffers. It happens with everyone. You've had it with Chelsea. How many times have you just thought, let's focus on the Premier League, and then you suffered?
We finished. You know what
I mean? No, we gave you that away, bruv. I remember that year. I was talking about at the time. We were third place in that year, which Chelsea won the Europa League and finished third, right? That should have been us. We should have finished third.
You had the easiest running out of all of us.
Palace at home. And Brighton at home, we drew against Brighton and lost against Palace because of Emery's shit selection.
Bro, we had Liverpool away, United away.
Palace at home, we against Palace at home, we started Mavropanos, Jenkinson, El Neni in a must-win home game. We lost that game, lost up for football, bruv. So I hear what you're saying, but with the squads that people have nowadays, especially with Chelsea's squad and Arsenal squad as well back then, you can kind of play weekly, 2 games a week. We've seen it with Arsenal. We've won 6 out of 6, and we've been playing youngsters the whole time. So.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think we saw it with Wolves last season,
like the quarterfinals at least.
But they've got a tight squad.
What are you saying? Was that so?
I think we saw it with Wolves. The Wolves played Thursday, Sunday from July all the way up until the following July next. In the summer we had, albeit the pandemic as well. But I think it depends on the squad you've got and the manager you've got. What they prioritize, how good your squad is. I think what you're saying about you started Mavropanos, Jenkinson, and whatever in that game, in that must-win Premier League game, and then you had the Europa League. But your squad depth was and is poor. So I think that sort of plays a part in it. With United, I think they've got a good squad. I don't think you've got the best squad in the league.
Listen, it's just a fact. One of the best in the league.
It's one of them, but it's not the best.
It should be one of the best. You spend some of the most as well, isn't it? Like if you spend,
who's got better than for me? I think Chelsea's probably the closest.
Chelsea's probably got better, but City as well. City have got a massive squad, and the quality they have as well.
Mate. Listen,
we've got a massive squad as well.
I see them bring
you guys have a massive squad, but I've been looking at your Europa League form. I expect better still. Even though you got through as group winners, there were some dodgy results in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's so hard to get motivated. But when you're not playing and you're just chucked in for a Thursday game, and even if you play well in that, it's a bit like Arsenal. Like these players.
Yeah, well, there's only one team in Europe with 6 wins out of 6. May I just say? Only one team in Europe right now.
No, but these players that are performing for Arsenal on a Thursday, no matter how well they play, they know they won't play on Sunday. It doesn't make a difference. They know they won't make it. Reece Nelson.
It's wrong. We saw it with Lacazette.
Reece Nelson didn't even make the squad.
No, he's injured. That's why he didn't play yesterday.
They're in more confidence.
No, what I'm saying is, Arteta has shown that he can pay players. Willock's an example. He wasn't in the Premier League team. He came into it because of the Europa League. Lacazette's an example. Played well in the Europa League, then came into the Spurs game. He wasn't meant to start that game. So you can do that. I think with Jose right now, Jose won't do that because you're winning games in the league. That's where it's different for Spurs and Arsenal.
But I also think, which goes back to my point of how can you get motivated to go and play on a Thursday night against Royal Antwerp, right? When you know no matter how well you play, you're not going to play on Sunday in the Premier League. That's the way I look at it. So
actually, I do think it's two different. But just on what we know what Jose's like, he has a first team in the second.
Just on what you said about the United inconsistency as well, I think that the inconsistency is there because he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't know his best 11, and Donny van der Beek will play 2 games in a row, then will be on the bench 2 games in a row.
That's what I mean.
It's just as an example. Why? Just stick. The reason why Chelsea and Spurs are top of the league and third in the league is because they more or less it's the same 10, 11 players every week.
Yeah, and also they believe in what they do. Ollie doesn't believe in what he does. That's why he plays 7 at the back against RP Leipzig. You know what I mean? Yeah. And play for the draw.
Ollie's an example. For me,
no, go on.
Ollie's just a pure man manager. Like he's not a coach. If you get me, his tactics aren't really there to be seen. Whereas in terms of keeping players happy, we saw it when he came into United in the first place. Everyone started working because he's just keeping them happy. Yeah, Paul go do what you want, Bruno do what you want. That's where you got to find a mix. You look at Jurgen Klopp; he's got tactics, but a mix of loving his players and trusting his players as well. And when you don't have that mix, what Ollie doesn't have, that's why I look at Ollie and I go, United are never going to be serious with him because there's no real tactical, intelligence. If you get me, I just see good management keeping the players happy, but that's it really.
I hear that. Just before we move on to the next game, quick, do you want to get some score predictions? Said, I might start with you, but seeing as your team, I don't blame you if you don't want to drop one. But let me know what you're thinking.
I'm gonna say.
Go on.
I'm going for Desmond, mate. Desmond.
Go on, back it.
2-2. 2-2. 2-2 Desmond.
Okay, nice little score draw. That works. Babs, what about you? How are you feeling for the derby?
Back in the cause, back in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to the death. He's my manager. I'm gonna say 2-1 United. 2-1
United. Cool. Slav, you?
It's a tough one. I mean, it's just so obvious for United to come out and perform. But at the same time, would you be surprised if City went there and spanked them? So I'm going to have to sit on the fence. I'm going to go 2-2 as well.
Yeah,
when was the last time?
Gone.
When was the last time Guardiola beat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Did not win it? Oh no. Yeah, the 3-0 at Old Trafford.
Exactly. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Like Ole's beaten him that many times. That's why I think
it is. But same way, City love going to Old Trafford. Their record there's a madness.
Didn't City win 3-0 there in that cup game?
Yeah, 3-1, I think, but they've won like 8 of their last 10 there or something like that.
That's what it is.
Being interesting, I think the fact that there's no fans makes a big difference.
Yeah, you lot are still tier 3, ain't you? So there's not going to be any fans there.
No. Until I think I applied for Leeds ballot, but I think that just showed maybe we might be coming out of tier 3 on the 14th. But you know, what I mean?
What a game to come back to! That would be mad.
Listen, crazy, man. I remember Leeds. Yeah, they came. I remember going to under 18s game, and they brought 2,000 away fans. But under 18s, you know, what I mean, came. It was bonkers, mate. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was looking forward to Leeds v Chelsea as well, but unlucky me, I didn't make the ballot for that, and I'm not going to complain too much because I get to wait till the end of the season. But my score prediction, I'm happily sitting on the fence as well. I'm going to go for a 2-2 because, I don't know, I just don't see United losing this one, even though it looks plainly obvious that it should happen. This league season's a madness. I wouldn't be surprised if something else happens. But we're going to move on to the next game quickly. We're just going to brush through the Chelsea-Everton game. Low-key, not low-key, I am very confident going into this match because Everton have a lot of injuries. Their form's just completely nosedived. It might be a bit of a slog of a match, but Everton v Chelsea always has a lot of goals in it. And looking at the way Everton fans are talking about this match, none of them are confident. None of them are happy with the way their team's going into this game. They've got key injuries. James Rodriguez is out. Seamus Coleman is out as well as Luca Dean. So we really, really should be making 3 points out of this, especially with how big the next 2 games are. If we beat Everton away and then beat Wolves away on the Tuesday, we're guaranteed to go either second or first place. because Spurs are facing Liverpool on the Wednesday, and one of them's guaranteed to drop points. So as long as we get our job done, the 3 points should just be there. But and you guys got any thoughts about the game?
Wait, who's home? Is it Chelsea home or Everton home?
Everton.
Everton home. Listen, man, I don't know. With Everton, it's like they've got fantastic individuals, James Rodriguez, etc., etc. And they got a Wobie. They got man like Alex. But yeah, to be fair, because they're home, I might even go for a draw. Because I see Chelsea a good form right now, but with Everton, they've got the individuals to change the game as well. And with James on your team, like you can never say anything against them.
They do, but here's the thing. Right now, they've been struggling with the system, especially when they've been switching to a 3-4-3. They look a lot more reckless in possession, and there looks to be a lot of mistakes coming out of that defense. Also, Pickford tax. I do think that's real, just like Kepa tax, and that will come into effect. And the thing about James Rodriguez, I would have been worried about him, but what's his name? Ancelotti's just said he's out for the game as well. So
is he? Then I change it. Chelsea win.
Yeah,
that's the thing I'm looking at. It's
I think I was thinking full strength Everton. I actually would back them to do you, but like you said, the injuries they've got, it's just I can't see them getting anything. I just think they lack so much defensive stability without Luca Digne and Coleman. I think Seamus Coleman's their captain is a massive miss.
Yeah,
I think Luca Digne is one of the best left backs in the league as well. Thoroughly underrated. Obviously, James is their creative force, massive. And then, Baz, I'm sure you'll be able to speak more on this, but having Alex Iwobi as a wing back, that's not going to work. You don't need to be Carlo Ancelotti to realise that is not going to work.
Best business they've never done, Arsenal. 40 million.
I can't believe this is Arsenal summed up, bro. We sold Alexis for nothing, Ramsey for nothing, but somehow got 40 M's for Iwobi. Like, my club don't make sense, bro. I've stopped trying to understand that.
Yeah, that's half the reason why I'm confident in this game. It's no disrespect to Everton. It's just they're in a complete mess right now. They've lost so many players. Yeah. I don't even think Ancelotti looks confident in this team right now. The way they're playing, it just looks like if he loses one or two members of his starting 11, that's just it for him, and he just tries to sit deep and maintain what he can. And it's just putting more pressure on the defense, which is causing more mistakes. And the way we play, we're a high-pressure team. We create a lot of chances. There are going to be goals in this game. If we don't win this game, it's going to be because we weren't clinical enough. But I expect us to put a couple chances away and enough to get the win. So I just see this as a Chelsea win. Any of you guys see any difference, or should we just move on to
no? I do think that Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison can cause you problems.
Is Richarlison back?
I do think suspended. Yeah, no, he's back.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Cool.
But I think they can cause problems. I think they'll have, just like you. I think they create chances as well, and it's about whether they take them. But I do. I just see a Chelsea win in this one.
Yeah, I can't lie. It just seems like a typical Chelsea game. We'll look to next match: Crystal Palace versus Tottenham, and Spurs in amazing form after the opening day defeat to Everton. They've been unbeaten in all competitions. Crystal Palace really and truly should be another 3 points. I feel like it's going to be one of those games that you have to grind out, but I still think you have the squad and the players to grind out. My biggest thing is you lot are going to have to worry about the Liverpool game on the Wednesday. So are you guys thinking of playing your starting 11 in both games, or do you see any rotations?
I mean, from Jose's point of view, he'll go full strength in both. I mean, let's be real. We were 2-0 up last night, or 1-0 up last night with half an hour, 20 minutes to go, and he brought Kane, Son, and Ndombele and Sissoko on. So instead of bringing on the likes of Dele,
coming off before you made it 2-0, though.
Exactly, it's my point.
No, but I mean, like, you still continue to bring him on anyway. I thought it was only because the game wasn't done at that point.
No, I don't. Personally, I don't know why any of them were brought on. Like you said, we've got a massive trip to Anfield next week, and I think if anyone's going to go there and frustrate Liverpool at Anfield, it could be us. But in terms of Sunday, I'm fairly confident as well. I think Palace are a good side. I think they're also well drilled, but it's one of those where Kane and Son, you just know they're going to get a chance, and most likely they'll take it. And it's about whether we keep our defensive solidity. Look, if you offered me or said to me that we're going to keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City, I would have laughed my head off. About 6 weeks ago, I could never have imagined that. And we've played the big six in terms of United, Chelsea, City. We've played United, Chelsea, City. Who else am I missing?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. That one wasn't. Mavs, that one weren't even on purpose. You know.
That was the funniest part. You weren't even doing that deliberately.
Wow.
And the only goal we conceded against any of those was a 30-second penalty at Old Trafford, which we then went on to win 6-1. So, look, I'm fairly confident. I think people will just sit there, and I'm very happy for. I understand why people will sit there and go, "Oh, they'll fall off eventually. They'll lose 2-3 in a row eventually." Look, that might end up being the case, right? But right now, I'm very happy with how things are going. Like you said, we're in the quarters of the Carabao Cup away to Stoke. We're top of the Europa League group. We're top of the Premier League coming up to Christmas. I think the business we've done, considering we didn't spend as much as people think, the likes of Højbjerg was at the end of the day was £3 million. I think the most we spent was on Reguilon at 28 million quid, and I'm very happy. In terms of Sunday's game, I think they'll be tough to break down. They'll probably have a bit of a threat. Zaha, Benteke's decided he wants to score goals now, but I just think we'll have a bit too much for them on the day. But obviously, if supporting Tottenham, famous last words, I don't think I'm allowed to be confident. So,
yeah, you're not still at that point, but like on.
Exactly. No, exactly. I can't get too carried away. How many times have I been carried away in the last 5 years? But I do see a different Tottenham now than I did when we were challenging for the league under Poch.
Yeah, I see that as well. And here's the thing with you lot. I think this is a very big period for you guys because now you finally got rid of Europa League football for the next 3 months. And one of the biggest things I was looking at Spurs of a question mark was your fixture list. And to be honest, you've managed it perfectly. You said you wanted 4 points out of Arsenal and Chelsea. You got 4 points out of Arsenal and Chelsea. All you've really got to worry about is an EFL Cup tie against Stoke. And realistically, you're not playing your starting 11 for that. So nobody cares too much. Yeah. How much do you expect Jose to take advantage of the next 3 months? Because now it's just Premier League football that you really need to worry about. A couple FA Cup games as well, but again, you're just going to play your B team for that anyway.
Honestly, Lewis, I reckon we could play you in that FA Cup game. We're playing against some 9th division side.
Who are you playing?
The draw was in Marine FC. The draw couldn't have been nicer.
Marine, yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, yeah, you probably played the C team in that.
But the mentality shift at this club is nothing short of oh, hello.
Oh, my bad. 1 second.
I know worries.
Yeah, the mentality.
Who do I play on Sunday?
The mentality shift is nothing short of fantastic. I think they look like a team of men, and that's what I think. Not just going back to the derby, it looked like men against boys on Sunday. That looked like a team well drilled, know exactly what they're doing, know exactly their roles against a team that were in a way all over the place. It was a bit like, well, if we put 50 crosses in the box, no one can say we didn't try. Like one of those sort of games, and it was just like we knew exactly what we were doing. Like you said, in terms of the 3 months of no Europa League, hopefully it suits us. Obviously, big tests coming up: Liverpool away, Leicester at home, Wolves and Leeds as well. Either side of a game with Fulham, so it will be tough. But I think all Spurs fans and everyone related to and connected to Tottenham are just taking it one game at a time. We're not. I'm not like for me. I'm not worried about Liverpool on Wednesday. I'm worried about Palace on Sunday. Let's go there. Let's put in a performance. I don't care how we do it. We won away at Burnley. We won away at West Brom. It was very ugly, but we got 3 points and we move on. Sort of like that. And I think, as I said before, it's a crazy league. So look, why not? Why not go and try and win the league? Will we do it? Let's be real. I feel like we just might get picked by Liverpool or by Chelsea or someone, or even City. But why not just take it a game at a time? And I think Jose knows exactly what to do and how to do it. And he just wants to win. Like we saw it on Thursday night, last night, 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go, or half an hour to go. He wants to win the group. He doesn't bring the kids. He brings the big players on. So I'm very happy with how things are going. And ahead of Sunday, I'm fairly confident, but not too confident. But I think the major difference between Spurs and Arsenal is the manager. I think nothing against Arteta. I just think that he is so far out of his depth. For how you can give someone who's never had a job in management such a big job and such a big rebuild job is beyond me. When somebody like Jose was available, and there were Arsenal fans out there that laughed and still do laugh at Jose. And I'll tell you what,
I still laugh.
come the end of the season, he'll be the one laughing. The man is the most successful manager, and he's not finished. Look what he's doing at Tottenham, top of the league. We've never been top of the league at Christmas, but never. The only
Christmas
time I
ain't
was top
around
of the league.
soon. There's just still a while left to Christmas. The Liverpool game I'm looking forward to.
Right,
Because I know Jose's getting that 0-0. I know that 0-0's coming. What?
I'll tell you what. I'll take 0-0, and people can call the football that we're playing boring, but I watch it every game, and it is not boring. We look every time we
because that puts us top.
With Spurs right now, you guys have been so long without any real success whatsoever, not even a Carabao Cup, that you'll take anything right now. Forget good football. You will take anything right now. So of course you're happy with this right now. The reason why Jose didn't work at United is because United fans weren't happy with this. They wanted more. That's why they want to work at Arsenal. Either we want more sometimes. With Spurs right now, that's Jose's perfect team, because a lot of your players that you have is what he wanted at United. Ali, Kane, Alderweireld, etc., etc. So, but yeah, man, listen, keep the confidence, man. I want to see this and see how far it goes.
No, it's confidence for the time being. It's not. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win the league. I can trust me. I can assure you that. I do think we'll get some form of silverware, whether that's the Carabao Cup or the Premier League or the Europa League. I don't know what it will be. I do think we'll get something though. But in terms of the league,
you look at Arteta. You quit to say Arteta's out of his depth. He won silverware in his first 5-6 months of management. So listen, man, it goes two ways.
I'm so glad he won that silverware, In hindsight, I'm so happy we lost that cup final. Because look what's happened since.
What do you mean? What happened since then is what you were meant to do regardless. You were going to spend money, and you spent money. Like, that's what's happening. Arsenal haven't spent the money.
But I just don't think Arteta would have had this level of patience if he didn't win the FA Cup. I feel like that's given him something to bounce back on.
It's not the FA Cup. I don't, as an Arsenal fan who isn't, let's just say Arteta in, but I'm not, get him out of the club right now. It's not because of the FA Cup. It was more because of I've seen glimpses of what he can do in the bigger games against the game result itself. Not the winning the trophy. That's calm. It's more about beating every, I think, big six manager except for Jose Mourinho. That's the only manager he ain't beaten. And then Emery couldn't do that. He couldn't beat Klopp. He couldn't beat Guardiola. So that's what I kind of say. Okay, I see the glimpses and I see how dead we are. But yeah, it's more than that than just a trophy.
I do think
Spurs would have taken a trophy.
I mean, we can discuss Arteta and Arsenal, and we'll speak about the Arsenal game as well on Sunday. They often do well in those 7:15 Sunday kickoffs, don't they? But in terms of Spurs, like looking forward to the game. I look forward to every Spurs game, and I think we look so good at the back, and then when we are in that transition and we do go forward, mate, we look absolutely terrifying. I tell you, I wouldn't want to defend against Harry Kane and Son, because then you're so focused on marking those two, you forget about the runners on the other side. It's like Reguilon. So he's turned Serge Aurier into the best right back ever. I didn't even think that was possible. And you just hear the players speak, and it just feels different. Højbjerg is fantastic, and Ndombele is coming into his own. Sissoko is Sissoko, but he does a job. He fills in that right hand side as we saw against Arsenal. And I just think it's a good time to be a Spurs fan, and I think come the end of the season we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of Sunday, which was the original question, I think, I mean, if we're doing score predictions, I'd probably go for a 2-0 to Spurs.
Just on a face call.
Yeah, it's cool, bro. So I'd probably back us to win 2-0 on Sunday at Palace.
All right, cool. Babs, your predictions for the game?
Rumor has it that was Ed Woodward asking Saeed to take the United job.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't even want to say the name. You get me? It's actually quite is a footballer for City. So
give me their corn for tomorrow.
No, listen, man. He was saying it's a big game for both teams. So I was just like, yo, listen, man. There's no Palmers in it. You get me? You're the ones there.
Wait, you don't have to say the name, but is it one of those who could be involved tomorrow?
Yeah, basically first 11.
Mad. Okay, fair play. Respect that. Score prediction for tomorrow. If it's Sunday.
What, me or
go on, Babs.
Go on,
Babs.
I'm a back Crystal Palace. I'm joking. Spurs will win 2-0.
2-0. All right, cool. Saeed, you?
Oh man, this is Spurs one, right?
Yeah.
Spurs Crystal Palace.
I'm gonna go for 3-2 Spurs. I think it's gonna be an entertaining game.
You think he'll be at
3 points?
I think Crystal Palace, man. Ezzy. Watch out for that kid, man. I want him at United, mate. He's a good kid, man. You know, that kid is quality, man.
Because I swear Palace are in bad form.
Twice. No, they won
Think about
5-1
what
on
I'd say,
Sunday.
right? Saeed's right.
Yeah,
there,
yeah, but
because of
like
Palace,
before that, they were in bad form. That's just been like a little bit of
but
lifting
with
the spirit.
Palace, they pick up points in the big games against the top 6 sides all the time. And also, Jose loves playing against teams that sit back, that come onto you, like Arsenal did, like City did, etc. How is he going to cope against a team that sits back and counterattacks with Zaha and Eze
Well,
and the speed they have?
well, we won when we played against those teams because we played West Brom. We beat them away. We won
Yeah,
at
but who do
Burnley.
West
We
Brom
sit
have?
back.
Who do West Brom have going forwards? They don't have Zaha. They don't have Eze, if you get me. They've got quality going
Diangana is
forwards.
the only one I can think of.
Diangana and Wilfred Zaha. There's levels to that, if you get me.
I
Spurs have
cannot
not.
speak on West Brom with previous experience.
West
The
Brom
only
have a
team
good.
that
You know
Spurs
what?
played, right?
West Brom have a good team, you know. As a low key opinion on that one. Yeah. West Brom have a good team. Diangana, Pereira, that kid from Chelsea. If they had a better manager who's attacking, I'm telling you, you'll see a different West Brom. But that's another question.
Yeah.
No, I hear that. We will move on to the next game because Said, you did say you had to leave at
Fantasy.
around 7.
A disappointment when you said we'll move on.
Burnley, bruv.
Did man just call
Six
us Banter
pointer.
FC?
You are Manchester. You're the crown of Manchester.
Shut the
What are you talking
fuck
about?
up, bro.
Listen, you are crown Manchester.
Bro,
Man, I'm chilling in
listen,
16.
if I had Lewis said that, right? If I had Lewis said that, or I had
No, but
Slav
you
said
are
that, I would've
Manchester.
said, okay,
Premier League.
do you know what?
Forget
I'd hear
Champions
that.
League. No.
When
Forget
you
Champions
man
League, though.
say this, right?
No,
I
but
swear
forget
to God, I
Champions
have
League,
this
though.
against United
No,
right
but
now.
100%.
You're not what you
Forget
think
Champions
you
League,
are,
though.
right?
No, forget Champions League.
Bro.
Where are you in the league?
Wait,
Where are you in the league?
Lewis, you got any popcorn?
I like Paella
Yeah, man,
Pulis
I'm
and that.
good. That was your night then.
Paella
Alright,
Pulis, man. What are you
Listen,
telling me?
keep the nicknames coming. Keep the nicknames
I
coming.
like a
because
boomerang and that. You get me? I like a boomerang.
Listen, this is
You know
what I'm
what
gonna
I'm
say,
saying?
right? This is what I'm gonna say
It's
with
peak, man.
Mikel, with Arteta, right? There's
What's
quite a
the
few
process,
Arsenal
though?
fans.
Yeah,
It's disrespectful to Tony Pulis, by the way. Because
What
Tony
have I
Pulis
said?
actually wins
Tell him,
games.
Slav.
So what have you
Tony
just asked me
Pulis
what the
wins
process
games.
is, right? You asked me what the process is. I don't know what people have started off as this process that I know
Trust the
apparently
process, man.
fans like us say. No one says that. The people that want Arteta out say, "Oh, these fans say trust the process."
No, but he did say that. He did say that. He used a lot of buzzwords saying it's a project. You know what I mean?
Of course he's gonna say that. He wants to get people around the club in terms of the players inside and the staff believing in him. So obviously he's gonna say that. I don't know why people believe the fans for that. Like as if I've started saying, "Hey, let's trust the process," and so all of a sudden the Arsenal board's going, "Hey, because Bav's 14, so let's disagree with Bav's." Nah. What I'm saying with Mikel Arteta is, I know he's not gonna get sacked, so I'm not gonna put my pointless energy into it. Get him sacked, because he's not gonna go. He ain't gonna go. Well,
Yeah, you're right. He's not going anywhere.
With this Arsenal board, they've not made him the head coach. He's the first team manager now. You don't do that if you're not gonna just sack him after 5 or 6 games. He will see it out at least until the end of the season. And that's why for me, I'm like, I'll just take it as it is. And also, with the amount of changes that happened with Arsenal over the past 5 years, we've had different managers, different boards, different chief executives. I think there's about time we have a bit more stability. Just keep it going. That's why United are bad, but because they've had the same guy running the club, they still are somewhat, a bit more like that. Whereas Arsenal's just like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like a roller coaster because there's so many people coming in and out. So that's why I'm just going to see it out. And I'm not going to just say, let's get rid of the manager because I understand the team is shit as well. Regardless of whatever manager we have, it's going to be shit. We're still going to be this side. We're not 15th. Yeah, we're not a 15th place side right now. We've got a better squad, and that's why I think Mikel has to do better. But ultimately, what are we, an 8th place side? 7th place side at max? You know what I mean? So, and right now, we are, 6 points off, 4 points off that place? So, is what it is, man. But,
yeah, how far are you guys off the table? If I just have a
I
quick look. But even with that in mind, do you think regardless if it kept like this for the rest of the season, Arteta would still keep the job?
If we lose,
hang on, let's say
we don't beat. Go on.
I just want
11
to know
points.
what is he going to be there? Let's say in 6 weeks' time. Let's say you've not won any of them. You've drawn 1 or 2 max. You're 16th, 17th. What happens then?
Arteta, for me, if
And that's
he
me
wants to
asking
keep
you.
his Arsenal job, not the Arsenal job. If he wants to keep the Arsenal fans and some fans on his side, he needs to survive until January. So we've got Burnley, we've got Southampton at home, we've got Everton away, we've got Chelsea coming up as well at home, I believe, and City in the Carabao Cup at home or away as well. So we've got some big games coming up. Now, if Arteta can win on Sunday, it's a nice step in the right direction and just backwards to get a win on the board. And then if we beat Southampton at home as well on the Tuesday, that's 2 wins and a bounce kind of thing. But for me, he needs to survive until January. And then when the window opens in January, you got players that you want to sign. Like I'm hearing today that France is all over the place with the league and investors and whatever. There's going to be a raid in France. And if Arsenal want Hour, we can get him. But yeah, he's not gonna go, man. If we listen, regardless of what happens on Sunday, the board's not gonna sack him. The fans might turn him, but the board's not gonna sack him because they sacked Emery last year and nothing changed. So why are they gonna sack the same manager again?
How long is his contract?
Sorry?
How long's his contract?
Mikel Arteta, I think when he joined Arsenal, he signed a 3-year contract.
Okay, 3-year contract. So it wouldn't be
not
too
long term.
You lost out on the. It looks like all of us lost out on Szoboszlai, who's gone to Leipzig.
Szoboszlai. Yeah, but look, if you think logically with that transfer, it makes sense for him, and also it's always nearly impossible to sign a player from Salzburg when Leipzig want him as well, because that's like
it's
almost.
No, I'm just saying.
It's
I get
almost
your point.
with all due respect to Salzburg, it's like Salzburg are the academy for Leipzig.
Because they are.
They can just
exactly
because that's what it is, and it's like with all and also when him going to Leipzig, it makes more sense for him as a career path. Like he wants to play for Real Madrid, or any good player that has left Salzburg kind of goes to a stepping stone club first, with all due respect. Then he can go to the next one. You look at Mane, he went from Salzburg to Southampton, then to Liverpool. The only player I can think of is Minamino, and look how it's worked out for him. So. But yeah, Szoboszlai, man. I wanted him at Arsenal, but they stopped me, man.
It's a 6-pointer, man. It's a 6-pointer this game.
It is, right? Surely you guys have to get a win.
My thoughts.
Oh, yeah, we have to get a win. Listen, regardless of what happened, we have to get a win. And look, even if Arsenal don't get a win on Sunday, even I'm going to start saying, yo, listen, man. Like, now you've got serious questions, right? But, yeah, man.
This is the toughest one. This is the easiest of your next 4 games because, is it Southampton? They're 6th. Everton 9th. We've got us in 2nd, or maybe 1st, 3rd. We never know, but around the top 3 by that point. And which game do you have after that?
They've got Brighton at some point as well.
Tough fixtures.
Brighton, you don't like Brighton.
So we guys, I said you got Southampton, you got Everton, City in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, Chelsea at home, Brighton away, and then West Brom at home on the 2nd of January. So those are the games. And then once the window opens, then you got. But after that, we've got some easier games. Newcastle at home, Palace at home, Southampton away. Man United at home is going to be an easy game as well. But yeah, yeah, we'll wait and see. Man.
I just think that on Arsenal, I'll put my dislike and hatred to them aside, right? Just from as a football person, just watching them, right? And especially with Arteta, right? For me, I think it's a similar case with. I think Arteta will go on to have a good career in management. He will. Like, let's be real. He did learn from Pep and whatever, but right now, for me, I see a good manager. I see a manager rather that's good at getting the best out of. Let's be real, the shit he's got, because they're all rubbish, most of them, other than Gabriel, Partey, and Aubameyang. Right? They're all and Tierney. They're all rubbish. And I think he's good at getting it. But I think tactically. He's very naive. I think tactically he doesn't know. He's sort of caught in 2 minds, whether to please the fans, please the board, or stick to his own philosophy. As we saw on Sunday, why his tactics were like that, I have no idea. I think there's no excuse. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be fuming. But just before you, they're gone.
Yeah, gone. So my issue with Arteta
go.
I look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? He's a great man manager in terms of just getting the best out of his players on certain games. Arteta is the opposite. He's an awful man manager. With Guendouzi, with Ozil, with Pepe, etc., etc. But he's a better tactician. But what I think's happened now is with the pressure with the fan of playing better football, get the liquid football going on, right? He's kind of succumbed to that, and he's fast-tracked his philosophy when these players are not able to do what he wants to do yet. Whereas before, what we were seeing was Arteta get results on 1-by-1 game because he's just trying to play to the best of his squad and his team. Whereas now it's like he wants to fast-track everything, and that's why I think he's getting it wrong, and that's where the inexperience is coming out inside of him. So, but yeah, man.
Yeah. I just think that you're having problems that I don't think anyone saw you having, right? I don't think anyone saw Aubameyang, especially after signing a deal, being this poor. I don't think it's just laugh and make jokes.
I disagree, bro. Do you know what? Every Arsenal fan knew going into the summer, a creative midfielder was the priority, 110%. That's the one thing and I would go as far as saying we needed more than Partey and the centre back. That's how bad we are going forwards in that middle creative area. But we signed a centre back, which we've sorted out in Gabriel. We've signed Partey, fantastic signing as well. We just haven't addressed that one area, and that's why for me, you can't sack a manager when you've given him.
But has he not got the best out of what he's done though? Has he not got the best of same with Ole? He's not got the best out of what he has. You know what I mean? And I feel like for me, he's almost like you've got to play your best players like Pepe. No matter what you say about him, yeah, play him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, but this is the thing as well. Some of these players have let him down as well. So Pepe, for
Yeah,
example,
of course, massively.
You go and play him against Leeds United, and you kind of listen to the fans, and then he just gives a
I'd
headbutt.
still start him over Willian.
Yeah, you know exactly. And then you also see with Aubameyang, you're not getting the most chances right now.
But what a guy, man!
This guy, bro.
Listen,
I'm telling you.
We want a refund, bro. We want a refund now, bro. You've been Lewis told me this lie that
I think that's the worst free transfer ever.
It's worse than Sanchez, bro. I want all you man into summer.
You said to me when we signed Willian, at least we'll get the best out of it Spurs, and we're gonna get this Ronaldinho-esque performance. I didn't see this, So if you don't mind, we'll get a refund. We'll take a Ziyech if you want, quick little swap deal. I had some Arsenal fans.
Bro, here's the thing: we got rid of him on a free still, so there's no receipts on that guy.
Have you not seen that today? There's rumors that he could be off already.
Willian?
Yeah, I'm not lying. There's rumors.
Wait, genuine or trolling?
It's actual rumors coming out of Spain.
Wow.
Real Betis one.
No, the Bavs rumors or something like that. Are you sure?
No, listen. Transfers FC is due
Are you trying to speak into existence?
But no, seriously, I woke up today and I saw it. It was on social media. There's some Spanish people that are saying that a Real Betis want to sign him, and it's more just the fact
Real Betis,
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine he's only.
Do you honestly think?
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, do you honestly think Mikel Arteta is the man to take you back to where you used to be? Be honest.
That's a big question because where we used to be is a lot. That's a lot to do for one manager. Listen, I'm not going to say he's the guy, but I just don't know if we should change him already. I just think it's very soon to just do that. It's very, very rash.
You also...
Go on.
I just think the recruitment at Spurs up until this season was borderline embarrassing, right? Other than your Sons, your Dele Allis, your Daniel Levy bargains, let's call them, yeah? Other than those Daniel Levy bargains, we brought some utter dross. But so have you, right? You spent some utter ridiculous money on the likes of Mustafi, Xhaka, just to name a few, right? 50 million on Lacazette, and regardless of what you think of him, he's not good enough, let's be real. No, right? But this year, bro, right? It was okay.
Hold it there. Saeed just told me that, right? When my man's gay and saying Harry Beckenbauer, Harry this, Harry that.
We're cancelled that.
Listen, don't give me that. Don't give me that. And you all lose. Don't shout about Kepa as well and Morata and them and about spending money.
Hold on.
Kepa's got a Europa League. I can't speak.
What's that, sorry?
He said Kepa's got a Europa League.
You know what, man? It's one of them, man. For me, when you look at Lacazette, though, 50 million is crazy, man. And 11 goals is the highest goals scored. 11 goals.
No, 16 in the league.
Oh, okay.
15, 16 in the league.
So, mate, they spent £15 million on Danny Ceballos on loan last season. Like, why?
No, we didn't.
Why?
15.
Yes, you did.
15.
It was not £15 million.
It was
not £15 million.
How much was it?
I bet Matt's going to say 14.5.
Yeah, it was 14. No, it was probably like 5 or 10 max. It wasn't 15, bro. You don't pay that much for loan fees, man. Especially in Arsenal's budget last year of the 40 million budget we had, and we still signed.
All right, okay, fine.
He's another one as well.
You spent 70 million on Nicolas Pepe, regardless of how good he might be or might end up being.
Yeah, we overpaid
that summer, you were desperate for a centre half, and you bought David Luiz for 8 million and spent 70 on Pepe.
But hang on. But there you go. You just answered the question. This is why I'm not blaming Mikel Arteta, because when you
but then why is he giving a 3-year deal to Willian? Why is he giving a 3-year deal to Willian?
You think Arteta's giving deals out now as well? He's just the manager. And
at the
time he had a say in it. Of course. Look,
I'm off, bro. Yeah,
you gotta go. Yeah, take care,
man. Big up everybody, bro.
No worries.
Bless, thanks for jumping on,
bro.
Listen, man. Whatever it is, if it is his decision or not, ultimately it's more.
See, I left just we were talking about Maguire.
Yeah, he's like, yo, in a bit, I got a bounce. But yeah, with Mikel Arteta, as I said, he can't be the guy making the decisions, and if he is the guy, that's wrong from Arsenal. Take control. You're the club. Why are you giving one guy all this power, and also a guy that's a rookie in the game? He's just, he's just a new manager, and that goes back to the boards again. So even if Arteta fails at Arsenal, it's because you put him in the deep end with no experience around him. So what do you expect was going to happen?
To be fair, though, the way he speaks about some of the post-match pressers, he don't help himself. Like, he was backing them, spamming against.
Yeah, it's a sign of a manager.
He chats a load of bollocks in his press conferences. Sorry, he does.
You say that, but when he signed for Arsenal, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying, "Oh, this guy's saying the right things." And when things are going right for you, winning games of football, no one complains. But with Arteta right now, because this is his first ever time as a manager, where he's struggling to win games of football, when he's been at Man City, when they were winning trophies after trophies, this is the first time he's suffered, basically. So now it's going to see if this guy is a top manager or if he is, you know, as they call him, the tapas.
Yeah, well, no, we'll see. No, that's disrespectful to Pulis. Come on, man. But
Yeah,
I don't know who started that nickname, but listen, I don't have an issue I don't have an issue with rival fans saying that type of nicknames. Like if I call Lampard
17 million euros.
Sure, it's not 17 million euros, and of course, there's a Spurs fan saying that as well. Kind of back.
But if it was up to you, yeah, who would you want as in charge? Who would you want? Be honest. If you could choose anyone right now, don't say Klopp or Pep or anything like.
Look, if we were to ever sack Mikel Arteta, I don't want to go for Allegri. I don't want to go for Pochettino. You know, these are managers that I've seen. I just don't. If you want to go for philosophy,
I don't think Pochettino would go to you.
Yeah, you go to a manager that has a philosophy of football. So it might not always work, but you look at Ajax and Ten Hag. I would love Nagelsmann. I would love him, but he ain't gonna come. But that's the philosophy of manager I want to go to. A guy that has his way and will play that way in football, which will be exciting to watch, but might not get results in the first place. So are Arsenal fans willing to sacrifice results to play good football, or do you want to have results over good football? I don't know, man. We have to see.
I think you're in a really difficult. I'm loving it, but like jokes aside, I think you're in a really difficult situation. And it's sort of like if you keep him, it could go even worse. It could get even worse if you sack him. If you sack him, it could go even worse.
Yeah,
so do you know what I mean? It's sort of like
3.5 the first year, 4 million the second year.
So there you go. So 15 million euros is quite a massive leap, isn't it? Then
that was
just
what
I read.
Yeah. Of course, you read that in your Spurs news articles. Maybe you forget the fact that he rejected Spurs to sign for Arsenal in the first place. But
I'm so upset about that now.
No, I'm not saying.
I'd like to actually thank Danny Ceballos for not playing.
Bro, your fans don't act like your fans were not on their knees to sign him. I saw
only because it would have been funny. But
same for Saliba.
Good. Sent off for the under-18s.
Listen,
Saliba sent off for the under-23s.
You know what I want, right? I want Spurs fans to talk like you are right now. I want you to be loud. I want you to be confident. I want you to say we believe in Mourinho and all this stuff, because we all know it. And Lewis will tell you. With Jose, we all know how it goes, and we all know how it's going to go.
All right, but Lewis would also tell you end up very successful.
Yeah, when you're at
but you got to make the second season count. That third season.
We'll see. Look, it's early days, but we're looking good, and I think people that think we aren't looking good are just in denial, personally. But
I've not said you're not looking good. I'm not.
No, not you specifically. I wasn't directed at you. I just meant that you see people on Twitter all the time saying, "Oh, like they aren't that good. They're really not." Yeah, they're not that good, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm talking adults, like journalists saying, and people on ESPN, people saying, you know, it's going to fall. The wheels are going to fall off. We'll see. It's a long way to go, I think, for all three of our clubs. All it takes is 2 or 3 results, and everything can change. Sunday's massive for Arsenal. I think let's be real. I'd be so shocked if they don't win. But look, Burnley will be sitting there rubbing their hands, thinking, "Is there a better time to play them?" So
yeah, and also look, regardless of whoever you're playing, when your team has no confidence, you never know what to expect. So that's why right now I don't know if we are going to win that game, because the team doesn't do the basics of football, and that's why you can't really say anything.
What do you think of the Eriksen rumours coming out?
Listen, we're not in a position right now to just put our noses up against the player of that quality in terms of creativity, at least. But saying that, it will just go to see. We'll see how this board's moving. If they're thinking long term, and if Mikel Arteta is the guy, they're going to sign a younger player who's probably 22, 23 years of age. Aouar as an example, Buendia from Norwich as well. Or do you go and sign a 28, 29-year-old on high wages who might be good for this first year, but ultimately is going to be a massive player on your wage book? We'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't mind him, Arsenal.
All right, cool. Go on.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I was going to go on. Do you reckon you'll win on Sunday?
I'm going to say, we are. I'm going to say 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. Okay, cool. Slav, what about you? What about your predictions?
I think it's either going to be 0-0 or 1-0 Arsenal. This has got cat and mouse written all over it.
I agree with you on that. I think both of them. You lot haven't scored a lot in this season, but I think Arsenal have still scored. Burnley have still scored less than you guys. So I think it's going to be a 1-goal game. Maybe lucky if you get 2, but
the reason why I said
1-0 Arsenal has to be.
The reason why I said 3 is
The
because
problem
with
is,
Arsenal, once we start scoring 1 goal, it just kind of flows in 1, 2, 3. Just that's how we are.
Yeah.
We're a momentum-based side. That's why I said 3.
Problem is, if you're going to put crosses into the box like you did against us, that is Burnley's bread and butter. Ben Mee and Tarkowski will get rid of those every day of the week.
He changed that. He changed that for the Europa League. So we went from 39 crosses to 44. To the Europa League, it was like 14 crosses. So he's changing his.
I know. I'm not saying that will be the case. I'm just saying if it is the case, then you'll have a problem. But if it's not, then you should be able to get the job done. Because they'll sit deep and they'll. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chris would help me out on my fantasy, to be honest. So
I can support that as well. Guys, this is the end of the first top 6 preview show that we've done on this channel. I hope you lot have enjoyed this content. And if you guys want to see more content like this, please smash the like button.
I was a Leicester fan.
That as well. That's a bit peak for you guys, but yeah.
Welcome to the top 15. Welcome to the top 15 preview show.
Guys, if you guys want to check out Bav's channel, literally press the @ on the title. It'll send you straight to his channel, but I'll leave a link down in the description below as well. Sam, if you guys want to see more from him, check out We Are Tottenham TV, and also smash in the comment section below to tell Sam to make a new channel, because I really want to see him make one as well. Guys, if you want to see more content, if you guys want to see more preview show, leave a link down in the description below. No, not leave a link. Let me know down in the comment section below. I always fuck up the outro every single time. But guys, I think everyone should subscribe button, please, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Everton versus Chelsea review, where hopefully we'll be seeing Chelsea collect another W. Until then, guys.